¿Me escuchan? ¿Me escuchan? ¿Por qué no se escucha ahora esto? Listo. Ah, que la... ¿Qué? Hola, hola, hola. Ok. Ya está. ¿Qué pedo, güey?
Thousand bottles of dust.
Leave it, Sam. I won't say it
50
again.
bottles of tears. Oh,
Come on, chap.
hinges
Don't be
rust.
unreasonable. Better even to puke yourself to death than get purged, don't you think? You should be happy for greed.
What did you say?
That's what happened, isn't it?
Bleeding snake.
Now, let's not get nasty. Gods. The smell, though.
Leave it, Sam. I won't say it again.
Come on, chap. Don't be unreasonable. Better even to puke yourself to death than get purged, don't you think? You should be happy for greed.
What did you say?
That's what happened, isn't it?
Bleeding snake.
Now, let's not get nasty. Greed, please. Excuse us.
You're talking to me, not him, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian, Balladeer.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me. If she were my wife, I'd be happy for her.
A flat smile twitches at
She never did like you.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
Murder's a big word. And no, this here's a bed for someone 1,000 times better than that snake. Rest her soul. The love of my life.
He tenderly runs a hand along the coffin's side panel.
If she were here, she'd tell me this plank is crooked.
The man holds a...
I'll be with you soon, love.
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course. Time's up, Your Highness. It's stabbing time.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, 10 pops of me. Well, the dust. 50 bucks for tea. It rusts.
Another giant speaks, Quercus. No, never! I will pay it no notice. You.
When another divine arises, will source change back?
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group. Oh, noble. But after the Majesty... Good luck with your friends, though. Enjoy your...
1,000 bottles of dust. 50 bottles of tears, oh. Make the hinges rust.
It's too tight. It's too tight.
Ah, no sabía que no podías revivir a tus compañeros sin el scroll.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, oh. 1,000 bottles of dust. 50 bottles of tears, oh. Make the hinges rust.
Qué bárbaros. Bueno, es PG-13.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, oh. 1,000 bottles of dust. 50 bottles of tears, oh. Make the hinges rust.
Pipe now.
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh? Got it.
Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it.
More rations, please.
Feel free to take a gander at the stock, if you're so inclined. Only the finest, you know.
Worse than war rations, these.
Heading into the kitchen? Don't try anything funny around, Griff. I'm watching you.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Well, he runs this place and everyone in it. Careful. Don't want to catch Griff in a bad mood. Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it. Feel free to fella in that cage is the thief. Stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe that. Sure do. Ask me. It'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around Griff looking for favours.
She darts her tongue out of her mouth like a snake.
Some folks, and some reptiles, will do anything to get his attention. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's square as a pavestone. If he's the thief, I'll eat my boots. Sure do. Ask me. It'd have to be one of those.
She darts her tongue.
Some folk. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. It's all in the eyes. Joy lives in the eyes, sometimes way in the back, but it's there all the same. Liars. I'm sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go. I was serious about what I said. Everything in my pack's been got by special means. Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Maybe I happen to know where everything ends up. Fend for yourself then, sweetheart. I'll take what I want after the... I got that special shipment you was asking after.
Everything there? Good.
Worse than war rations, these.
Haven't got shanked through the gills yet? Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh?
Your coin then. I know that look well enough. You're about to pop, ain't ya? Why don't you enter a match and let some of that frustration out the right way? You'll find out. Down the hatch.
Worse than war rations, these.
I got that special shipment you was asking after. Give it, Dirk, don't you? You forget my name, here?
Ain't fit for beasts.
Will ya?
An elf, caked in mud and blood, looks up at you from the bottom of the cage. He holds his...
You believe what he says? That I am a thief?
He perks up and wipes his face.
Sahela, you speak to her? She is all right then. Good. She sees my trouble, of course. She already knows. And she knows I help you out of here in exchange. It is all prepared. It is ready. I am too weak to go. But I must care for Sahela. You release me, and I show you the way out. I am no fool. If you can leave, you do leave. Free me first. Then I tell you, I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. You know how he does? Like so. For some time, I think Griff takes his own supplies. But I see the Griff is a powerful man. Power is mysterious. I intend no harm. I want only you understand. Thank you.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again.
You already know the terms. Nothing else to say.
What's your hand, Pipspock? What are you loitering round here for? If Boss trusts you to find something for him, you better not disappoint him. You won't like him when he's disappointed. Boss will be fine. He's got himself in a fit state now, but as soon as another shipment comes in, he'll be right as rain. Yeah. Boss is awful passionate about... You mean that guy in the cage? Oh, I don't associate with elves. Fella says he's innocent, but you know how they lie. I got my good eye on you, bub. Make it quick. Hands out your pockets now.
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and doesn't look up as you approach.
The ground? I don't know what you... I'm just trying to work it out. What happened? My mind? What else, my friend? I'm wondering why. All of this. Source, the Voidwoken, the Divine. Why? Naturally. How can it be that it's...
When another divine arises...
I fear it will be quite some time before... Goods are...
Ho ho! Ain't come to shake me down for my knickers, have you? They're all I got left after your buddies were through with me. That's so. Huh. You look... I've had more bouts of scabies than...
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with a... It appears confused, and yet...
Farah, she ain't coming back.
A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. You hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. What's happened to ya?
Please, please, you must help me. No one here will help me. bastards! A child is missing. The Magisters. They don't care whether we live or die. And Griff and his thugs would sooner cut out my tongue than hear a plea for help. No, they can't help me at all. This place turns people cold and wicked. That fellow Jeth over there speaks unutterable evil, but I can't move away from him. I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was washing out her tunic. I turned from her for one moment, and she was gone. Left her, yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her, give her the doll and tell her, Mummy says this is for her little chicken. And
she soaks up a steady stream.
She ought to come with you then. She ought to follow you back to me. You are an ain't.
No. Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy, cheating liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
He hasn't changed a bit.
A little respect for Griff's right. Looky here, mates. A fresh face. We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house. No problem, Freshie. In that case, enjoy your stay. But I'll be needing to collect your interment fee first, of course. I'm sure the Reds told ya. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets. Well, you've heard of it now, ain't ya? Go on then, Freshie. Turn 'em out. Go on then. Whatever pennies you've got in your pocket ain't worth my breath. But don't you go telling Griff I was soft on you.
You there? I'm looking for an inmate. He wears a large bronze ring with a dragon stamped into it. Name of Migo. Have you seen him? None of your business, inmate. Find me if you hear of a Migo.
Fire her. She ain't coming back. No. Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy, cheating liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart.
Fire her. She ain't coming back.
Saw 'em, didn't you? The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did. 'Tis a misfortune, brother. You lot can't help your condition, but at least the humans of you ain't celebrating the source plague. During the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with when we lost him? Well, it only made sense to see his will through. Lucian gave his life to protect Rivellon. If we let the Voidwoken get to it now... Fort Joy ain't no summer camp. No one said it were. But it's the best we've got to protect the realm.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption.
And what you after?
I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself. For those bodyguards of hers.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? All manner of things. Have a... Found it in the scrap heap not so long ago. We used to never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day, but once she joined the
She nods once.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions? For you? Hell no. That's for me to know, and you to get out of my face. Buy or shove off.
The woman looks up as you approach, wiping her brow with a grease...
What do you need? Ha! The hammer got you curious. Yeah, funny name for a gal like that. When I knew her, the Feather would have been a likelier name. Oh, I don't know. She was a sweet soul. People do change, don't they?
She nods once.
Clever lass, her. No wonder what Alexander sees in her. Question is, what she's... By all means, get an eyeful.
The woman looks up as you approach, wiping her...
What do you need?
Bad luck
Bad
to
luck
let
when
one
a
of
black
them
cat
cross your
crosses
path.
your path. How bad is it if they die on it?
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again.
Sure, have a look.
Where you got this, eh? Got it.
You're scared, are ya? Go on, down the hatch.
Move along. Need something in the kitchen, do you?
Haven't got shank through the Haven't got shank.
Hands out your pockets now.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Here's the goods.
Queen's beard. It looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer. Reckon you're in need of something to heal yourself up, eh?
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
Not scared of a little elbow grease, are you? A fella ought to know how to put himself right. Go ahead and combine the mushroom with the vial. Once you've mastered the technique, you'll never need help from a crusty old quack like me again. Dane's as stubborn as an old steer. Says he don't believe in alchemy and won't accept a potion from me or anyone else. But Jack and Nape would rather die than drift. Still, my job ain't to judge, but to heal. Or if that fails, to comfort. Seems that's all I can do for old Dane anymore. Business, Safi. Don't be profane. This is people. Save your spirit to fight the Reaper. What were you thinking, messing with Griff's brutes anyhow? Save your spirit to fight the Reaper. Rest now, then hie yourself to the grave. What were you thinking, messing with Griff's brutes anyhow? Save your
my unlikely friend. What do you need? You hear them, don't you? The little...
I am glad to see you. You fill me with peace. Ah, you help him. Your open heart surprises even me. You bless me. I know they help. I am glad to see you. Ah, you say that now, I know.
The soldier tightens his grip on his spear and look. The soldier tightens his grip on his spear.
Oh, Emmy.
Just as you're about to address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an outstretched arm.
This man is a dreamer. As you know, I need a word with him. You may wait here while I speak. Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention, which he does in a groveling and awkward manner. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of Drudene leaves before slipping into a trance-like state. He falls asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit. The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer. You receive a withering glance in response.
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though this stingtail fellow may be a less than stellar specimen in the firmament of dreamers, turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The myth-shrouded... The dreamers, though, they're on my side. And they've visions of me on the throne. That's because you haven't... Oh, I was born with the... But to keep it, I must find a second dream... Bahara is her name.
You know, I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sabine...
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
To your surprise, Sabine proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his lower belly with the other. Then, you hear him yelp about the master, lone wolves. Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground, face first into his own intestine. Sabine heaves a sigh of satisfaction.
Chat's over.
Demon elf, how dare you strike down a dreamer?
Hmm? Something on your mind? It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him.
She defies you with devilishly...
Can you blame me? There it is. I was Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, the search for the master continues, of course. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens. Fellow named Griff. 2 birds, 1 stone. How about it?
He taps hammer to nail and doesn't...
I'll be with you soon, love.
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves. She seems totally at peace.
Haven't seen you around here before. New? Well, don't you here alone?
She gives you a long look.
You keep them friends of yours. Not much in this world someone you love can't make better. Used to be I had a family. A husband and a little boy. Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys. Now I'm just waiting for him to call my name. Waiting and...
Her eyes
kind of you to ask. Stefan. He was my little one. Smart as a whip and no...
She talks for some time about Joy Ray.
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to you too. Take care of yourself.
Tides in and out and in again. Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. We are unfamiliar yet familiar. So tell me your tale. Start from the beginning. Start from where you come. I see. Now tell me more. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you find. I understand. Now tell me how your story ends. I see it in your shoulders, the weight you carry. Take this rope. It is a gift. It is common, but it helps you lift burdens. It is nothing. Many fragments.
Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around.
Ah! Got two of my own, haven't I?
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together before placing them both.
Ah! Bleeding nail must be charmed or something. Yeah. Go on then. Why don't you give it a shot?
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to
You get a good look at the hearty fellow, broad as a hull, and he winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun.
For your trouble. I suppose it were a fool's errand thinking I could make...
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to...
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you. That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast. May have been cast out, but you can bet your last heel of breed she wishes she hadn't have. I've taken my revenge 1,000-fold on that tyrant's fleet. I'll tell you when you're older. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not... Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team that... Then it's settled. Capital! Aye. But it seems you've no room for old Beast in your clan now. You come find me when a spot opens up, and take it from me. You'll want to fit... They say he likes it thick and long. All dilly-eyed.
Neither bravery can consume their joy, their misery.
Twists and rubs and tweaks the nubs. He strokes and pulls and all the
Deplorable surrounding for an agreeable conversation, but go ahead. I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny outcropping in the sea. To that end, I suggest we focus on the obvious. A farewell to fall. Of course, I'd much appreciate it if we managed to find Bahara first. as am I. A prince should die. That said, I've the distinct feeling I wasn't meant to die today. For despite your heroics, I was still... But there was something in the water. A voice made of air that soothed my flooding lungs. Truly, how intriguing. To hear a voice while still.
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person? A pity. Religious persons tend to be all... As for myself, after all, when one is revered by many as a living god one...
Eshe, what you heard about a crate of stolen supplies? And don't you lie to me now. If I did, I wouldn't give 'em up to you. Griff sent me, not you. Look, I'm Griff's right hand, and I'm gonna find... Still here? Heard of anyone that might have taken Griff's supplies yet?
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself, they were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. The divine order's all that stands between everything. Believe it all done.
Bloody cavies. Too big for their boots, as usual. They ought...
I saw what you did there, convincing Burrow not to lay the law down on that elf. Why do you want to help one of them? Then you're in the wrong place. We run this joint. Griff's people.
As you approach the unsmiling Magister, Ifan catches your arm and speaks to you with some urgency.
I need to talk to this one for a few moments. Alone.
Ifan strides up to the Magister, speaking in a calm and controlled voice. Though you can't hear what he whispers, the Magister's face turns whiter than snow.
Don't! I'll give you the information. Here, just don't!
Ifan walks back to you, leaving the quivering wreck of a Magister behind. Ifan catches you looking over at him.
What?
He barks a laugh, then shakes his head sheepishly.
I wanted some information. That Magister wanted to negotiate. I negotiated. Oh, it's just practice. All in the way you set your jaw, lad. I only do it when it's necessary. And it was necessary back there. He wanted me to kill someone. I didn't want to kill them. Being a little impolite seemed the least bad option. That's about the size of it for me, all right.
After reading the scrap of paper he took from the Magister, Ifan marks a spot on your map and looks out to the far horizon.
As soon as I saw that glint in your eye, I knew we'd make a solid team.
Ifan nods and surveys the horizon before striding on.
It's long. I can wait longer.
You come to fight. You come to prove yourself. You come to be worthy. There can be only one, and you have but one chance.
She scoffs.
To prove you are the one.
I've waited this long.
Never mind. The one does not ask such a question. I ache for battle.
Nice. Just nice. Hoping the next batch is better than nice.
She sizes you up as you approach. Her eyes narrow.
You've yet to experience the joy and pain of true combat, I see. It's true that you sag like an arthritic vulture. If you hope to ascend as the one, yet I see potential in you. You have a reason to fight. You could go far. This is how we worship. A brutal war. The spirit of the one is everywhere. It exists beyond us, yet will someday live in one of us. You'll return.
A deep grumble emerges from him, as if from an endless cavern.
Well, get a load of you. You got swagger, I'll give you that. But I reckon I could squash you like a bug with just my left thumb. First time I spoke, Mama ran through the street sounding like a living hellspawn. Has its advantages, though. It's a fighting arena. A temple of sorts, too. You step into it when it's your turn and take whacks or whatever comes back. Glad I found it. Spent half my life ripping apart men and mages. The one is might sound crazy to you, but it's just the way of it. You battle in the... Don't know about it. I didn't either till the one over there got me into it. These old ruins make a right fine battleground.
He growls his annoyance. He bids you goodbye with...
Can we get on with this
The
already?
old man looks you up and down and smiles.
Will you fight?
Warfare is worship.
Perhaps not. But at times... Remember what I said. Become the best at what you did. I've waited this long. Remember what I said.
We will rejoin our comrades.
When's it gonna be killing time?
You come to fight. You come to prove yourself.
I ache for battle.
Can we get...
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves did need some.
Hey! You're a little light in your pack, ain't you, mate? Who could blame you with the garbage they got for sale round here? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Only the finest, you know.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it. Feel free to take a gander at the stock. If the fella in that cage is the thief, stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe that. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's square as a pavestone. If he's the thief, I'll eat my boots. Sure do. Ask me, it'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around Griff looking for favours.
She looks at you sideways and raises her eyebrows.
Some folks, and some reptiles, will do anything to get his attention. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels. Sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go? I was serious about what I said. Everything in my pack's been got by special means. Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it. Fella in that cage is the thief. Stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe that. Sure do.
She looks at you sideways.
I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's square as a pavestone. If it sure do. Ask me, it'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around.
She looks at you sideways.
Some folks, I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Sure you don't want to have a look at...
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Hands out your pockets now.
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and...
What? Oh, new, are you? Very good, very good. Make yourself at home. Goods. Advice? Hold on to yourself, my friend. The fort is full of decent folks turned savage by confinement.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, 1,000 bottles of dust.
Pipe down, Flora. It's time to accept reality.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
It's still there, Quercus. Do you think it'll ever...
Did you see him? You did, right?
The shrine depicts Lucian the Divine, avatar of the 7 gods. A low, resonant vibration hums somewhere deep. Your knees buckle. The hum grows.
Shrine, by the looks of it.
Heading into the kitchen? Don't try anything funny around, Griff. I'm watching you. Ha! Cheeky. What's your name? All right, Slick. Haven't seen you around here before. When did you get in? All right, easy now. You seem sweet, but I'm more curious about you than a bunch of cheesy lines. Ha! Thank you.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Long enough, I reckon. I'm surprised they haven't come for me yet. Most folks get taken away for the cure after just a week or two. By the divine, haven't I? Back home again, or to somewhere totally new. Sun, wine, freedom. But those are just dreams. No one can escape from here.
She looks into your eyes and smiles impishly, then gently takes your hand between both of hers and squeezes.
How very right you are. Look, I have an idea. I know we don't know each other very well, but time is so short and a connection is so rare. If we get out of here, will you meet me again in Arcs? I have responsibilities here. I can't start running around outside the...
She leans forward and grazes your cheek.
Until then, need something in the kitchen, do you?
She smiles and gives you a long, meaningful...
Soon! I know what you mean. I can't...
Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it. Feel free to take it. Fella in that cage is the thief. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels. Sure you don't want to have a look at my... Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it. Feel free to take a gander at the stock, if you're so inclined. Fella in that cage is the thief. I see plenty of liars in my life. Sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go? I was serious about what I said. Everything in my pack's been got by special means. Fend for yourself then, sweetheart. Haven't got shanked through the gills yet? Haven't got shanked through the Haven't got shanked through...
Mind your manners round Griff, eh?
Hey, Freshie. What you heard about a crate of stolen supplies? And don't you lie to me now. Just like everyone else. But don't worry, nothing happens in this camp.
Hands out your pockets now.
Sabine gently places a hand on the small of your bag. Her mouth reaches your ear with a whisper.
Let me have a word with the gentleman, would you? I've a little clue to follow up on. Come now. No such thing need happen here, provided this man can be reasoned with.
Sabine steps forward and asks Griff the cook about the lone wolves. A dead little birdie told her he's the man to talk to. A little back and forth ensues. Money crosses hands, and before you know it, Sabine stands back beside you, all smiles.
Thank you. We should make good on our escape, you know. I have to see a man about a wolf in the hollow marshes. Naught but a whelp in skillful hands, I'm sure. Zalaskar's his name. A name...
Haven't got shanked...
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again. Griff tears into one of the oranges with both hands. Juice squirts through his hands as he desperately rips through the rind.
Looks like everything's accounted for. Now the important question. Who's the thief?
He raises an eyebrow.
Looks like someone did my job for me. Your guy's free to go. He should be fine. Eventually.
It is done. And quickly. I thank you. I hold my end of the bargain. I show you the way out. But I have something more to ask of you. Hear me. You must not accept. But I must ask. Sahela. She is everything. A ruler. A seer. A knower. It is for all our... Give me your map. I give you this amulet. You must pass it to the elves who still remain.
Tell them Sahela is here. They will send help. Please,
I go to her. I wish you good luck, and I...
Ya. Bien. Por 4 minutos. Me gusta cómo se me ve el pelo hoy. No me puse. Este juego está... Está padre, pero... Voy a hacerlo. No voy. Nah, 11-17, no, hombre, ya.
The soldier tightens his grip.
Sahela.
I sense he is free.
She breaks into a huge, childlike grin.
One friend brings another home. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. But only you survive the passage. I see it. You are free. We must remain. I see your heart. You want only to help.
She squeezes your...
I do not forget you.
We have help. We survive. And soon we leave. We have help. We survive. And soon we leave.
Whoever kills the other is the boss. I know I trust them. You're cheating.
The woman looks up as you approach.
What do you need? By all means, get an eyeful.
Gone.
Is that thick?
I've spotted something.
The creature heaves through lips gummed with human gore. It turns to you with great effort, pain apparent.
You. Quite lost. Quite now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow? Quickly now, for I haven't much time.
The creature gingerly takes the plant into his bloodied hands. He runs his fingertips over the white flowers.
Darling, dear. Dear, darling child. Hello, Yarrow girl. Can it really be you?
The creature begins to weep.
For you, my ring, part of me, name of Migo. Thank you. You, what? What is it? Go. Told you, didn't I? They crossed my wires, hammer goes clang, and then the worms crawl in. Clang, clang, horrible old sadist. Filled my brain with holes. The devil lives inside her. Believe you me. Name of Migo, come out of Arx. My daughter's a magister. Pretty-haired Yarrow girl. She doesn't know about all this, though. Don't you dare blame her, pretty-haired Yarrow girl. You, what?
Time to accept reality.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day. Don't disturb me again, unless you've seen Migo. You have seen him? Tell me, where was he? Don't waste my time, inmate. And if you do see him, He hasn't changed a
All
bit.
right, Danson, an octopus.
It's time to accept reality.
Ah, you're back. Please, did you find Irma? She still hasn't returned. You sound just like that snake, Jeff. You
She ignores you and continues
You.
I need a shovel.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
Bueno, aquí vamos a terminar el stream, amigos. Le seguimos en el próximo. Creo que ya pasamos a la parte 2 porque ya vamos... Bueno, a lo mejor ya hasta que escapemos ya definitivamente de Fort Joy, ya pasamos a la parte 2. Gracias a los que estuvieron aquí. Gracias al que dejó su like. Espero que lo hayan disfrutado. Nos vemos a la próxima. Saludos.